Oh.
Alright. So, down in the southern outskirts of the Rune Wilderness, there lies a peaceful little village known as Salisbury, not the stake. This village has been undergoing some difficult times as of late, but the thing that gave them a strange sense of hope is that a man was left for dead just outside the gate of the village. As odd as that may sound. The villagers brought him in from the rain and wind. Not knowing whether he would live or die, the mare chose to act as her heart told her. Max, you begin to wake up from what you thought was the end of the road for you. Your mind is cloudy. You can't recall much of what happened. Just that there was a woman involved, as there usually is. Then there was darkness, but as your eyes begin to focus and you start seeing where you are, you notice that you are in a large village house. Next to you is a small indoor fire pit with some very lovely herbal tea being brewed. You currently have 5 levels of exhaustion, and you can't even move. You can speak, but very weakly, and you can turn your head. That's about all you can do. You see a large, fluffy woman looking down at you with concerned eyes. She is currently pouring you some herbal tea. How are you feeling? Can you move?
Oh, oh. I just groaned.
She pours up some tea. Here, I made you some herbal remedy. It should help with your condition. She puts a little cup of tea up to your mouth and tilts your head forward so you can drink. Do you drink?
Uh, yes.
Okay. Just at the first little sip of it, you start feeling like vitality returning to your body. Um, it removes 1 level of exhaustion, and you're able to move again, but only at half speed.
Alright.
You just feel like the feeling in your muscles coming back. Um,
Oh, the pain.
do you remember anything that happened about how this happened to you?
Not really.
You were left outside our village gates. You weren't breathing, but I couldn't see any physical wounds. It was like your soul was damaged rather than your body.
Oh. I looked down at myself.
Yeah, you have no physical wounds at all. But you feel as though like something struck you like from within, and you feel a sneeze in the ether.
Fuck, sorry, I thought I caught it in time.
uh, well, try to get some rest. I'll do what I can to help you recover. Do you lay down? Do you sit up?
Um, I'll rest in my meditative position.
Yeah, you roll a con check. See if you can just get up and sit in that position.
Con save or con check?
Just con check.
Alright. There.
You manage to sit in your regular meditating position. It's just you feel stiff doing it. Like you sit up, you feel all your muscles. They feel like lead. You sit down and begin meditating. You feel like your hands kind of slump. Um, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
As you
lovely.
begin meditating.
I did roll. It just seems to be really slow at the moment.
Oh, it shows on my side 8. Yeah, it's hard to focus with the state your body's in right now. You have way too many things going through you. As she goes to ready some more stuff to help you with, you hear a loud banging from across the village. Like you don't even need to roll. It's just something large pissed off is like hitting a massive wall or a gate or something. But roll
The
perception
hell
to
is
see
that?
if you can pick it out.
Perception.
Perception. Yeah, with that, you hear what? Like, you hear something tackling or ramming into a wall, but you hear the sound of, like, claws scraping into wood, and a lot of really angry roaring. Yeah, he has 4 levels of exhaustion right now.
Wouldn't those rolls be with disadvantage then?
Oh yeah, that's right. You would have still
Yep.
disadvantage. So even with the 10 though on perception, you still hear it.
Okay.
But the wisdom save. Oh man, hold on. Let's
Sorry.
see if your brain explodes.
Oh, that'd
well,
be an interesting end to the campaign.
Well, with that bad severity, you don't have access to your key. So your key is
Oh,
technically
no.
0.
Oof.
But yeah, as you're trying to meditate, you just hear the loud roaring and scraping, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sakes, why is this happening? But then you hear the sound of metal clanging. You see bright lights flashing outside the gate, like above the wall of the gate, which you can see from it's an open door hut that you're in. And through the hut, you can see like the gate at the other side of the village. And yeah, there's like bright lights flashing. You see the gate kind of shaking a bunch. Whatever's out there is fighting. But it seems something is attacking the village. You are able to move, though you are in rough shape. You technically have half your max HP. Or actually, wait. Yeah, that's level 4, because level 5 you can't move.
Yeah.
So you can move at half speed, you got half your max HP, and you have disadvantage on everything.
I'll take my fastest movement, which is half my speed, going to sea.
So you're gonna go to the gate?
Oh yeah, I'll head over.
Alright, as you are going towards that, outside of the village, just down the road a few stretches away, is a young lizard lady in search of something that could give her inspiration or possibility to craft something the likes of which the world has never seen before. You also are bringing your recently constructed robot bodyguard out into the field for some testing. Since you only just received this technically. It's weird seeing this robot lizard man walking by you and mimicking your movements. It doesn't speak or respond, but it seems to acknowledge things that you say to it, like commands and like when you explain something to it. Andrew? Hello?
I hear him. Or I don't hear him. Sorry.
Did you mute yourself? Andrew? Or is he
Did
calling?
he pass out?
Oh, no, he's typing. Does he have the diarrhea? I have that.
He's typing.
Technical difficulties. And he's testing out his robot.
So yeah, on roll 20, while we're waiting on him, this red bar keeps appearing at the top, saying,
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Even if your internet's fine, that's roll 20 sometimes goes fucky. Just like Discord.
Yeah.
I have that happen like several times a night sometimes. Even on my good computer.
Doesn't normally happen to me, which is weird.
I usually don't either unless the weather's bad.
Excuse me.
His robot goes rogue and attacks him.
Stay away.
Check. Check, check, check.
You got
1,
checked
2,
Hello?
3.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my god, that was so weird.
What happened?
For some reason, I was looking at my voice mod, but it just decided to like set everything up at once, even though it was not ready at all.
It was
And then
not ready.
yeah, so and then I was like, why? Well, wait, no, no.
Stop doing things.
Okay, yeah, pretty much. Okay, but there we go. We're good.
But
As
did
long
you
as
hear
hear me.
everything that I was saying about
Oh
your
yeah, yeah,
character?
yeah,
Oh, okay. You're hearing, you just couldn't speak for some reason.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're
I'll
taking
be-
Atlas out for a field test since you've only recently constructed him. You wanna see what he's capable of.
Absolutely.
He doesn't speak, but he understands things you say to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, any languages the creator speaks, I believe it's what he knows.
Mhm.
Or what he
Yeah.
understands. Sorry.
Understands.
So you're out in the southern wilderness, or well, you're out on the roads going down there. You're just out seeing if you can find something, because like staying in town, you only get what's brought into the town, and that's just through normal shipping. And that's mostly just basic components and materials. Nothing special. You're unique, unless you want to pay a fortune. But you're like, fuck that, and I got a handful of coins.
I've got 15 coins.
Yeah, so you're gonna go out and see what the world has to offer you and your new robot bodyguard.
I'm gonna. So with my left or my right hand behind my back and my cane, assisting me on my side, I'm gonna watch as Atlas walks, and I see that he's hunched, so he's hunching his back over, so I smack him on the back slightly to tell him to straighten his posture.
Roll a charisma check.
Okay.
Because the thing is technically a sentient creature. You created life. Charisma? 10? Yeah, it doesn't like being like, whacked on with a stick, but at the same time, you did create it and it will listen to you with no real argument. But you get the sense that it has a little bit, some semblance of feeling to it.
Mm-hmm. I didn't whap it, by the way. It was more of a tap, like.
Oh, I thought you smacked him.
No.
Spank the
I'm not
robot.
gonna whack my own creation.
You're not gonna beat your child.
No.
Even though this
But
thing's
I
like
will.
bigger and buffer than you.
Yeah, I will. Be stern with it.
I want
Walk
this-
properly.
Like whop. As you poke him with a stick.
Mhm.
Yeah, it begins to walk properly. Due to its physique, since it has like a robotic, muscular-looking build to it, it begins to kind of like walk and then go into a little bit, not like a obnoxious strut, but he's walking like he's, on top of things.
Like he owns the place.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Not too into it, because
Yeah.
like he's just trying to walk with more confidence.
Mhm.
And you see on like his face plating, there's like there's a little bit of light up, like he's happy.
Mhm. I'll have a big grin.
I don't think he has facial expressions though, so he can't grin back. As you travel towards the wilds of Rune in search of possibility, you hear something loud from further down south. Atlas is looking at you. Beep beep boop boop.
Okay.
You hear dial-up internet noises. Windows 98.
He's processing.
He doesn't know what it
Yeah.
is. He's never heard these noises before.
I'm like, yes, indeed. I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me, but
He's pointing
I
towards the noise,
yeah, I'm
like a
like,
kid.
yes, I assume we'll go take a look. See, might as
Just like
well so as to.
happily claps his hands like a child,
Yeah, I'm like, okay,
and he
stop,
begins
enough of
booking
that.
it.
Then I'm like, haha, wait for me.
You just like as you're running after it, you see its footprints like stomping into the ground really deep. This
Oh
thing
my
will not have good stealth with how much it weighs. It's
I
large.
can tell that.
Yeah, it's like boom, 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 boom. As you approach, you notice a large furry creature, not the ones at a convention, bashing its head against a wooden gate and slashing at it with its claws. It
See,
keeps
what's that?
Hmm?
Sorry, I missed that.
You see this large furry creature bashing its head against a wooden gate and slashing at it with its claws.
Oh,
If it keeps attacking like this, that gate won't hold.
oh.
But off to the side of the wall comes off from the side of the wall connected to the gate, you see a heavy armored person come charging in and attacking the creature with a longsword. Neither of them has noticed you because you're still quite a bit of distance away, but you're still within like distant glancing at it. It's like, I'm just gonna stand here and watch. Neither of them have noticed you, so you could avoid this. This thing's fucking huge. Or you could try to help.
I'm gonna try to help.
You wanna try to help? Okay, hold on. Where did I put the maps? Maps. No, I should probably go into the map. Okay, you're up top there. You and Atlas.
Yeah, it changed.
Yeah, you and Atlas, and if you're gonna help, Max, you are currently inside the village. Right? You're at the gate at this point, and you just like up close, you hear like something like, smacking at it with its sword, and the gate itself is not like shaking as much because it's not being attacked. Whatever the creature is focused on is not the gate. Do you wish to go outside the gate and help?
Yes. Even though I'll probably die.
Yeah, so the gate guard kind of just like creaks open the gate. He seems very, very nervous about doing this and asks you, "Are you sure you just got up?"
I must help.
Oh god, this is a mistake. He's just like nervously opens the gate just to creak so you can pop in.
Yeah.
Just boop.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. And if you're going to help, oops. And your robot goes right after you, and you know how to make it work?
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe so.
It's a bonus action to make it. Bonus action on your turn to command it to do its like different actions, but
Yeah.
it can move and use reactions by itself.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find my stuff here. Initiate. There we go.
Well, guess who's going first?
Big meanie.
Big meanie. Enough of this peaceful music. This is a dire situation. Where's a good one? Jeez. Okay, it's gonna. There we go. Down there. Alright, first things first. It sees this large owl-faced bear-like creature. Sees you creak out of the gate right next to the woman that it's fighting. You know, you see this like dirty, filthy, beat-up woman with like rotten armor. you see wounds all over her, but she seems to be standing strong. Almost like these wounds don't really affect her. Anyway, this thing is gonna take a swipe at girl. Well, first it's gonna slam its face into her, and she blocks it with her shield. And
Nice.
just as you're popping out, it's gonna take a slash at you to the side.
Oh,
Does-
lovely.
Oh God, does a nat 20 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. You take 29 points of slashing damage.
And I'm down.
Yeah, you're down.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well, it's your turn now, Mex. Do a death save. I wasn't expecting it to nat 20 first thing. Good God. Let's pass at least. Alright, Sylvay'Alla, as you see like the gate open, another person comes out and immediately gets beaten into the ground and is like gushing
Just
blood.
gets mauled. Just
Gets
gets
bitch
mauled.
slapped by a fucking bear claw.
Okay, that.
Atlas is
What
like
I'm-
freaking out, is like beep boop pointing at the
Yeah.
the bad thing.
I'm gonna look at Alice. I'm like, I see the things happening. And with that, I'm going to Oh, hold on. I gotta do some measurements here. I'm not used to spellcasting, but I know I'll affect him if I do this, so I have to make sure I do this properly.
What
Alright.
what spell are you looking at?
Fairy fire. I gotta do a 20-foot cube. Too close. There we go.
Yeah, you can do it there with
right.
the corner being right there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use my fairy fire right here.
What's the range to cast it at
60
though? You need
feet,
to be
so-
within 60 feet still.
Oh, I gotta move up then.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. I should be able to make it 30 feet there. I think. Hold on. I'll just move myself.
Oops, 30 feet.
30.
You're 5 feet out of range, I believe. Yeah. Well, actually,
5 feet.
if you cast it like here or here, and then it creates a 20-foot cube.
Well, hold on. I'm here now. That was my 30 feet.
Yeah.
I have 60 feet to use this.
Yeah, that's like the highest point, but from there it creates a 20-foot cube, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So you can cast it
20
like
feet. Okay.
its max range, and then extends past it with the extra 20 feet.
I'm just trying to get both of them. So if I go here, and then I should have 20 feet to hit all of them, except him. Yes,
You want to
and I'm
hit
still-
the one that's fighting the bear?
Oh, that one's fighting the bear?
Yes.
It's just a bear. Okay. That's what I missed then. There we go. I thought that was a baddie. I can't tell from this.
It's been fighting the thing.
I didn't know.
It blocked
Forgive me.
It blocked one of its attacks with its shield, and you watched
Oh.
it come up and start charging at it.
Oh, then 20 feet. I want to get there, because then that shouldn't reach him. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do it here.
You can do it. We'll say that.
Yeah. Anyways, fairy fire. I'm here, and I already put the thing in.
20-foot cube, and it has to do a dex save. Hold on.
Yes.
Owl bear.
My
Dex
spell save is 14.
Well, it fails, so all attacks against it have advantage. And
It is now glowing a fluorescent blue.
Blue?
Yeah.
It's a blue bear. It's blue.
Yes, that's why I wanted to go.
It's
blue.
already blue, but yes.
More blue. Start
It's
singing
extra.
the song
it's
Bear
extra.
Necessities.
Mm-hmm.
Start playing. And Atlas goes right after you. You can use a
Mhm.
bonus action to command him to do. Well, he doesn't have any ranged attacks, I don't think, does he?
He does not. So that's why I'm gonna make him do a dash as his main action,
Alright.
which is Oops. Go back down. Okay, no, go back. Go. There we go. 60 feet. Straight down. We'll go in front of me, though. Because Guardian. So there's a 60 feet.
Now, it uses your bonus action to command him to do things.
Yeah.
And he
I don't
only
think
has...
There's nothing I can do with him right now.
Yeah, he doesn't technically have a bonus action. His action is your bonus action.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless it's to, was it to disengage or something?
Yeah, like he's got stuff like that, but...
Yeah, there's a couple of things he can do by himself, but everything else is your bonus action.
Yeah.
And he goes rafty.
I think that will be the end of our turn then.
Alright. This person's turn. Alright, so it has advantage now. Alright, first things first, this person is going to cast a spell. You see this, like, arrow-like mark appear on its face. Do I have an arrow? I'll just say that. You see this, like, magical symbol appear on its forehead. It uses that up. And then it holds its sword up in the air. It glows with a radiant light. And it is going to Divine Smite.
Ooh.
Yes. So, let's see here. First, longsword advantage. That is 14. That hits. Okay, and then Divine Smite. Okay. Yeah, 2d8. And then Hunter's Mark. Alright, so first things first, I need a calculator. Oh boy.
For shame! No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I got 3 different damages popping up here, so...
Yeah, I know.
And, okay, so right off the bat, she does 22 points of damage in 1 hit. Kaboom. And that's all she can do right now. But you see her just, like, bleach, gets a Katencho, slash this thing down the side of its shoulder. But, still seems fine, and it's going to bash the ever-living crap out of her. That hits. And that does not hit. Alright, so this thing just, like, face tackles her. You just hear, like, a loud clank into her armor. Do another death save, Max.
Yay!
That was exciting for you. You're dying.
Oh boy.
Oh, another save. Alright.
I must go help. Smack! Ugh.
Don't worry, I'm here. Oh, God.
I'm here to save you. Ugh.
Don't worry, I'm here to help. It immediately dies. Alright, Zelda's your turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to...
Remember, his turn's after yours, so...
Yeah,
so
I'm just making sure I get his figured out as well.
doing
I don't know.
some coordinations.
Yeah. Alright, well I'm going to dash all the way over to here. And reassure this wonderful soldier that they aren't alone.
When you get up close to this person, at first glance, this person looks like a corpse.
Oh. Is that one dead, sir?
Well, you see radiant light emanating off of her attacks, so she seems to be a paladin.
Okay, you're just dying, that's all.
Alright, and Atlas's turn.
And then Atlas is going to move his 30 feet yonder there.
He wouldn't technically be getting flanking because the mech is unconscious and dying.
I figured, but I'm trying to give this lady as soon as, I have enough room to go there. But I'm going to use my bonus action so that he may do a Wumpin. Which is
he has a Wumpin attack.
Yeah, it's basically just a punch, but it's called a Force-Empowered Rend.
Oh yeah, he's doing it from behind, so guess where that fist is going?
Pretty much. All right.
The flank.
Melee weapon attack +4, reaches 5 feet. One target. Hit is 1d8 +2.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just
And
you can click
I
on
can
it.
click on it.
Yep.
Okay, this is the first time using anything like this. No, he got 5. That's a now one.
So it does hit it, but it doesn't do damage. Its fist is stuck.
Oh,
And this
no.
thing seems to get way more angry and turns
Oh,
attention.
wait. We have advantage no matter what because of fairy fire.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So 14 does
Oh,
hit.
thank God. Yay. Oh.
So 6 damage.
Yes.
Lucky you.
Punches it right in the
Yes.
butt.
I just clapped
Just,
one
just
cheek.
bamps
That
it
was
in the
it.
butt cheeks.
Yeah. Alright, that will be our turn.
Help is here. And this person is going to do another divine smite. Time for a fucking crusade. Longsword with advantage. That's a nat 20. Oh, that means divine smite. Because I said it
Oh,
first.
nice.
Okay, and then Hunter's Mark. Hold on, I need another calculator. Okay, so that plus
Smite you, evildoer.
that plus that plus that. Okay, so you saw her first attack do a nice thick chunk of damage, and then her second attack does an even thicker. It goes from 3 Cs to 4 Cs. A thick.
Ooh.
Yeah, this thing seems to be getting horribly wounded and getting punched in the butt. What is it gonna do, I wonder? Ooh, I know. It's going to attack. Let's see. It seems to not be able to really do anything to this metal woman. However, this other thing that just popped up behind it started punching in the butt. It's gonna turn around and start smacking him.
Sounds good.
Alright. Atlas's AC is 15?
Yeah, I actually have I have a higher armor class than my defender.
Yeah, but he has way more HP than you.
He does way more.
So 17 hits him, so he takes 6 piercing.
Sounds good.
And then he's gonna get slashed with a pair of claws. Another 17 to hit. And 11 slashing damage.
11 slash.
So you just see your
Okay.
robot just come up, bap this giant monster in the butt, and you're like, yeah, and all of a sudden,
It just gets
hacking
torn
into
into.
pieces.
That is not good.
Max, it's your turn.
Alright. Death save.
No, it's a pass. You are stable, but still unconscious.
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
And now it is your turn.
I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna look at this poor man on the ground. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna poke him with my cane for a second before I kneel down and touch his forehead and use cure wounds.
Like, are you a dead person?
Yeah. There, he healed for 9. There
Sorry, at 9 HP now.
you go.
Alright, and that's your turn. Oh, and Alice?
Ooh, hold on. I still have movement. I used 5 feet. I will now go 5. Yeah, I can get. I'll go right there. I'll go back up and around and prepare to heal my guy, but I'm gonna use my bonus action that he has to repair.
Alright, bonus action, so he recovers 2d8 plus 2, so roll 2d8 on the dice roller.
Easy.
And then plus 2, so 8. He recovers 8.
Okay. Excellent. And then that's his turn.
Yep. Alright, this lady's turn. She seems to be tapped out. I wanted to do a con save for her other ability. Hold on. Oh, yeah, she set it up. And she's going to just slash at it. That hits. Plus. One. Her attack doesn't seem to be doing quite as much as what she was. But this thing's it's bleeding heavily, and it's getting angry. It sees you running around doing stuff. It's gonna stay within melee range and just do this. It's attacking you now.
Okay.
As soon as you come over to you press the button for repair function on Atlas. He's like, repair button. It just slams you with a 21 with its beak.
We're gonna use deflect attack. It is a reaction for Atlas.
There you go. And what does it do?
A disadvantage.
Oh, okay, so 20 to hit.
Oh shit. I'm going to use my reaction then to cast shield. My last spell of the day.
Alright, so your AC is bumped up by 5 for the round.
Yes.
So what did I make it? 20...
It makes it 23.
23, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I got a high AC.
Alright, now it's gonna slash with its claws. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah, yep.
It hits. For 8 slashing.
Wait, is that with disadvantage?
Is that deflect blow? Is that for all attacks or just one?
No, it was just the one then.
Yeah, so 23 to hit, 8 slashing.
Okay. Sounds good.
Fighting an owl bear, man.
Yeah.
This thing don't give no fucks. Okay.
Alright. My turn?
Yes.
I spring up awkwardly. I'm like, die, foul creature.
Or wait, what were we on? We're on Zelda, the owlbear. So yeah, it's Max's turn. Okay. So I was losing track of the turn order.
Yeah, so I spring up
Yep.
awkwardly,
You're like, oh, I'm alive.
and I look at the thing. Die, foul creature. I move over to here.
Oh, he's just trapped.
And I stab at it with my sword. Yeah.
Yep, that hits. Give it a nice chunk. You have a bonus action to do unarmed strikes after attacking with your main stuff.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you punch this thing in the face. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, wait, no, it's canceled it to a normal roll. Because you had disadvantage, but Fairy Fire made it a normal roll, so... Yeah, okay, so you still hit.
Alright.
And then
Did my first one hit then?
Yeah, they both hit.
Alright.
And then you have your little extra thing that happens after your turn.
Yeah. So
that thing, however, gets the nat 20. So you see Atlas, his sensors begin picking up on something, but he can't see it, and neither can you. Also, there's a bear ass in your face. Take that however you want. But it seems to be Atlas seems to be picking up readings on something different.
Fascinating. I'll investigate later.
His ass fascinating.
Very fascinating.
I'll investigate his ass later.
Yeah.
It's your turn. I can investigate it now.
Well, I'm going to disengage. That will be my action, yes.
Yes.
Well, that's fine. I'm not an upfront fighter, so
That's what you have
I'm
Jimmy Jams there for.
exactly.
Apparently.
I'm going to go back. Yeah, I don't like this guy, but I'll go there. I'll just go back 15 feet.
Okay. The bear
I
like,
can't really
"Row,
heal
row,
myself.
don't go, I wanna kill you. I just want murder."
Murder. And then bonus action, I'm going to use. Atlas is going to repair himself again.
You okay?
Another 2d8 plus 2. Yay.
So 13.
He's maxed out.
Yay. Now remember, you can only use that 3 times a day.
Yes, sir. Alright, good. He can do those things now.
Alright, this lady.
Oh, hold on. It's still Atlas's turn. He can move.
Oh yeah, you can move, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna block that path. He's like, protect master.
Maybe master will notice me.
Yeah. And
Notice me, senpai.
yeah, there we go. That is our turn.
Initializing yandere.exe. Oh no, it's become murder robot. Alright, well, this person, this creepy paladin lady, slashes this thing's head clean off its body after so many big energy slashes against its neck. And its head just hits the ground.
Wonderful.
And that concludes the battle.
I just collapse.
I'm gonna come over to my little Atlas and I'm going to give him a good old pat on the head.
Right
Tap.
before that,
Okay.
you all get 233 experience.
Easy.
Added on to the 900 that you already had because you're at level 3.
Yeah. It was how much? 233?
Yep, 233.
So he should be at 1133.
Hey.
So.
You won!
Yay.
This paladin lady, she like wipes the blood and stuff off her blade and sees it. Thank you. She has this dead stare at you. One of her eyes is, was it green? Yeah, one eye is green and the other one's like a faded white, like she's gone blind or something.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. The pleasure is all mine. I'm going to lift my cane up and grab it and then do a little bow. And curtsy, or yes, technically.
Pro performance.
Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're suave as fuck.
Got it. Dope.
Like my great ancestors.
Exactly.
Atlas claps his hands as you do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Clank,
And then,
clank, clank, clank.
Oh, no. You will learn to be quite suave as well there, Atlas. Just in due time.
Really loud, fast dial-up internet noises.
Oh god, I gotta fix that noise. I need to discover how to give you a voice.
It tilts his head like a confused dog.
Yeah, it's fine. Just go about your things.
It begins like it's gonna start picking at the owl bear, trying to do a survival.
Okay. He doesn't have great wisdom. It's a straight 20 for him to roll. I shall roll for you since my construction.
I got 19. Where the back legs are, since that's where he's currently like on. He manages to pry off, like pull it completely out of the foot. The full two claws out of the owl bear's back legs.
Fantastic.
Well, the not the full paw, like the claws out of the paw. He gets
Yeah.
two claws.
Yeah. I'll look over. Barbaric. Anyways.
It's like holding these
Anyways.
two bloody claws in its hand like daggers, like a happy child.
Yeah. Anywho's it's. Madam, what is your name?
May.
Well, great job, May. I'm glad to be of assistance. However, what brought this creature to your gates?
These aren't my gates.
Oh. I see you're not a talkative one.
No.
Oh my. Can I roll an insight to see if she is undead at all?
Yeah, roll a religion.
Religion? Okay. Oh, here's my religion here. So, eh.
She's a revenant.
Oh,
Sentient undead.
fascinating.
She's also a
I'm going to-
paladin, which is very, very conflicting.
Yeah, I'm going to scratch the bottom of my jaw and be like, and investigate and look around her. I'd be like, huh.
She's rotting. Like her armor is really, really gross,
Mhm.
and tattered. You see wounds on her, but they're not bleeding. She doesn't have like blood. She has blood, but not blood flow. And
Got it.
she reeks of death.
Uh-huh. Got it.
Oh, and when she blinks, only her green eye actually blinks.
Blinks?
So it's a wink, really. Her faded white eye just stays open.
Oh my.
She turns around. At first, you think her whole head's gonna turn completely around, but then her body follows. And she's looking at you, Max. Are you injured?
Look down myself. I'm not completely whole, but yes.
Technically, your HP is at max, so you only have what, like 12 at max?
Yeah. I'm only down 3 HP technically then.
Yeah. What does she have? I don't think she has anything that she could give you.
I'm gonna come around and start investigating this mysterious man.
Hello?
Yeah, she doesn't have anything that she can give. Oh, wait, no. Her lay on hands.
I'm gonna use my cane to like lift your arms up and like look around you, like lift your chin up and like.
I'm looking at you
No, it doesn't affect
weirdly,
this
but I
option.
can't exactly move because I'm like.
Yeah,
You're just accepting it.
Yeah, you're really, really stiff and sore.
I'm like looking at you like, what the fuck's going on?
As you two are talking, she begins to walk towards the forest to the east. She's kind of like, she sluggishly moves.
Okay.
Where are you going? Come back.
My work isn't done.
Well, wait a moment, May. If I'm May, have a moment with you.
She stops,
May.
like, shuffles around like a zombie. She's looking at you.
Yeah. What is your purpose? What's foul thing has happened to you that has made you have to reanimate it like this?
Oh, that's a long story. But
Might we be of assistance?
that is your choice.
If you don't mind waiting.
I do not have that time.
At least tell me where you're going so I can, if I do have the time, I can come and assist you.
Deep within the wilderness, there are many threats this region faces. Ask the village. They'll probably have more to tell about it. They deal with it every day.
Understood.
She goes
Be
back.
careful, May.
She begins going off. Atlas kind of just like comes around and is looking at you, looking at May as she's walking off in the distance, and just shrugs. I don't fucking know.
Fair enough.
He doesn't understand undead yet, so.
Yeah. I'll teach him later. Anyways, back to my attention to you, boy.
I just break out laughing. By the way, you can't see my character's face. I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah, he's also wearing
Perfect.
was it the wolf mask?
Yeah,
Or
it was
the,
like
or
a
the
lion's
lion?
mask.
Yeah, the lion's
Yeah.
mask. And he wears
What importance is this? And I start tapping on the mask, kind of on his forehead with my cane.
Sorry, say that again.
I said, "What is the importance of this?" And I start tapping on your mask with my cane.
It's protection.
Fascinating. Protection from what? I must say though.
Frightening you.
I can't be frightened. That's not true. I have been frightened. Never mind. Keep that mask on, dear.
Like I wasn't afraid of it. No, wait, no, I am afraid of things. Never mind.
I take that back. There was that one time in the forest. Didn't know what the hell that was. Anyways.
Trees don't have those tentacles.
Yeah.
They have vines, not tentacles. That was a fucking tree.
Atlas, dear boy, come here. You had a sensor go off.
Beep boop.
And I do believe it was because of you, boy.
Atlas begins pointing at your shoulder, Max. Not like physically at the shoulder, but like the area just above the shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's like slowly, like a little kid, putting his finger towards it. Just poking the air.
Yeah. I can cast something as a ritual. I'm not sure if it would actually do anything, but
Ritual takes 10 minutes, so you'd just be standing there for 10 minutes.
Then I will do this while I assist him somewhere else. What is your name, good sir?
I like the fact that you're not calling me boy now.
Well, you know how it is. For someone as exhausted as you are, it's rather silly to come out and fight. I couldn't help but call you boy. Forgive me.
Everyone's a boy to this queen.
Damn right. There's a reason I didn't call you man. It's always boy or sir.
Boy.
Anyway.
As you guys are talking, the door like is slowly creaking open, and you see like a little fluffy face kind of like peering between the crack. Is it gone? Oh my God, it's there! And just slams the door shut because it sees the dead body.
I'll drag the head with me, or attempt to, with my negative stat rolls.
Fair enough. So, what I'm going to do while he does that, I'm going to use my little the right tool for the right job. I'm gonna pull out my tinker's tools, and I'm gonna make myself some leatherworkers tools so I can harvest some shit off of this.
This creation requires 1 hour of uninterrupted work, which can coincide with a short or long rest. Though the product of magic, the tools are it's supposed to be through the product of magic, I think.
Yeah.
The tools are non-magical and they vanish when you use this feature again. So you have to do that over a short or long rest. But I would say, which tools were you trying to create?
Leather workers.
Leatherworkers? Okay. I would say you've had a chance to do that beforehand.
Fair enough.
Because you weren't in a coma. Um,
Fair.
so you have a set of leatherworkers.
And I'm going to harvest this here owl bear.
Okay, so do a survival with Ed.
I'm trying to drag the head with me. Because you said the head was clean cut off.
Yep.
There we go.
Survival, so 19. Yeah, you managed to get like I'm guessing you're trying to get the hide if you're doing leatherwork, right?
Yeah, the hide.
Oh yeah, you get a
Hide.
nice big sheet of hide from the owl bear.
Perfect. I'll roll it up and stuff it in my backpack of holding.
There you go. Atlas is like, he's like just poking at the meat underneath the flesh. He's so confused as to what he's seeing. You took the fur and the skin off, but then underneath there's other stuff. He's like, just poking at it, so it's just engaged with this.
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. Come now, boy. I'll explain everything in due time, but for now, we must go inside.
After like you were doing that there over the course of like some time, getting all the hide off, the door
Oh, yeah.
opens up again, and inside, or staring back at you, Mex, is the woman, the fluffy one that was healing you in her hut. You see
Hello.
towering over all of you is this large bugbear woman.
Ooh.
I take it due to the lack of banging, the creature's dead?
I'm holding its like beak behind me. I'm just kind of step to the side so that they can see it.
This thing's got a big head, so I could like see you holding the head behind you. Okay. She opens the door a bit more so you can enter. Please come inside. We'll talk in my house.
I attempt to start dragging the head.
Okay. Athletics. It's a big head.
Yes.
It's a big old head. Disadvantage is still 14. Yeah, you managed to drag the head inside. You kind of like dragging it to the side like something that's like a really big luggage bag. You're just dragging it as you're walking.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of leaving a drag mark in the ground.
it's leaving a
so
bloody drag mark because it's bleeding.
I'm gonna look at Atlas. Atlas, dear boy, can you help this man out?
Give Atlas a roll.
Okay, what am I rolling?
He doesn't have proficiency in athletics, right? So it's just strength.
Oh no, he's got proficiency in athletics. That's +4.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, he as like Mex is kind of dragging this here and having a bit of time due to his soreness. The Atlas comes up behind, just picks it up. He's holding the bloody part, so he's getting all covered in juices. And he's just holding this thing like when a little kid holds a ball that's way too big and just like holding it in like wide arm grasp.
Yeah.
He's holding that.
Oh my. Wait.
He looks all proud. Meanwhile, I look back because it suddenly feels like it's lighter.
So she brings you into the village. Drizelda, you see as you enter the village, a small. The wall around the village is like a circle. It goes around in a circle. There's only a few houses here. It's a relatively small village, and they have big tree trunk size like logged walls. You see a large tree within the village right next to the gate. There's also a lookout perch up there, kind of like hidden in like the tree bushes. Tree leaves. Sorry. You see, running around. They're just looking back at you. You see several goblinoids looking back at you. Some are tending to a farm, while others are just doing chores around the village. But when you enter, they all stop. When you enter the gate, they're all just looking at you, the whole village.
Just staring at me.
Well, staring at all of you.
Okay.
The bugbear lady, she says, "Oh, don't mind them. We weren't expecting so many visitors. Please come to my house so we can talk."
Fear
Uh,
not, little ones. We slayed the beast.
I do my curtsy to them as well and straighten my back up and flick my hair and follow Fluffy Bugbear with
Roll a
his.
charisma check.
Oh God. Every time. God damn it.
Well, they see
Do
Mex holding the head while you're just standing there looking pretty.
Yeah.
Or trying to.
Indeed.
Mex, do you do anything?
I said fear not, and I
Um,
just continue walking on after giving them a slight nod.
roll also a charisma check. They seem to be at ease with you holding this giant. Like they remember bringing you into the village. However, moment you get up and go do something, you stop a monster. But little do they know. So there's already a lie built here. So as you walk to the what you can assume is the mayor's house, she's on the opposite end of the village to the south gate. Roll insight as you're walking by the villagers, though.
Alright, where is
Anyone can roll insight.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. There it is. Haha!
Oh.
And Drizelda?
Even with my
Sorry, coming.
even with my rolls supposed to be on the lower end,
Mm-hmm.
because of my stuff, I'm actually getting high rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing too good.
I know. Mex, you get the feeling that so the villagers didn't see what actually happened. They were a bit too scared, but the villagers didn't see what the monster was, and some might be thinking one of you was the monster. They're all country bumpkins, so they don't see it. They don't understand it or believe it. But they don't look at you with like a mean face, just more of a confused look, because like there was loud banging and all that, and it sounded like claws and roaring, and then there's just two people walk in.
Well, we're kind of carrying the head.
Yeah, like they see that afterwards, which kind of gives
Yeah.
like most of them some like some clarity. It's like, oh wait, it was a monster. Okay, I get it. Like you went out the gate by yourself, then came back in with these two people, and the roaring stopped. So there's a little confusion with these bumpkins. But
I look around and I'm like,
yeah, they see the head
don't
like,
worry, those two were just hungry.
right.
Oh no.
So head to the.
Does Drizelda comment on that?
Everyone gets hungry. Even me.
Beep beep.
Same with that.
Hungry for vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
For murder. So you head to the mayor's house, and inside, it's just like an open door hut. You see a place to sit down by the indoor fire pit. You smell some relaxing herbal tea brewing over the fire still. Like as soon as you walk into it, you smell like, that smells nice.
Can I identify the tea?
Roll a medicine check.
I just go back to the cup that I was handed earlier.
Yeah, you just go back to your cup. You're not quite sure, but it's probably medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's brewing
Roll
up
medicine check. Not sure if it's medicinal or not.
Yeah.
It's probably medicinal, but I don't know if it's medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
What the fucking fives?
You feel the same way.
Yeah, you have no idea what she's brewing. But if whatever it is, as you like breathe it in, it calms your body and mind and allows you to recover without pain. Like the wounds that you do
Interesting.
have, like the injuries and stuff like that, you still have them. You're just not suffering from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to thank you for helping to stop that monster from breaking down our front gate. Yeah, if it succeeded, then our village would be completely defenseless. So
Um, it wasn't actually mostly us. In fact, most of the battle I was actually struck down. I believe there was somebody else out there that was helping.
when you say that you were
She,
struck down, she notices the large, like a slash against her torso. She sees the bone. It's kind of healed a bit, but like it's still like fresh.
yeah.
Uh, well, for that I want to give you something to show our appreciation. My name is Na, by the way. May I ask both of yours? And she hands each of you one healing potion and one antitoxin.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Oh.
That's just something I brewed up earlier while you slept. And she looks at you, Griselda. As for you, stranger, I know you helped save the village, but what brings someone so well dressed down to these parts? She comments on like your nicer clothes than
My,
these village folk, and she also asks your names.
yeah. Allow me to introduce myself. I do my curtsy once more and say, my name is Griselda, uh, Red Feather.
Didn't come
Yeah.
up with a last name until now.
No, I didn't, but we'll go with Red Feather.
Red feather? Really?
Oh, she has red
What
feathers.
do you? What do you want? Yeah, it's good enough. Griselda Red Feather. I do my curtsy, and then as I go down, I pull out from out of nowhere, my letter from my guild. It's an introduction from the Silver Liner Artisan Guild.
Wow.
I hand it to her and
She
say,
opens it up and reads it. She's like, introduction, Zelda. Oh, okay. So you're an artisan.
"Yes, of sorts."
Oh, so is our village.
Ooh, this
We
does make
we
me giddy.
produce many trade goods that get sent to the city.
Well, good, might I ask?
Mostly just stuff that we make ourselves, like leatherworking, woodworking, um, hunting stuff, and we make clothing. We make stuff that can be made out of the things we gather here in the wilderness. That's why we live here. We're also
Fascinating.
the only village in Rune that is within the wilderness. Most people did not want to live so close to something so dangerous. Hence the
Oh.
walls. She points around the village.
I'll ask her about what's dangerous. So I'll say, what is it that's so dangerous around here?
Well, you
I mean,
saw.
aside from owlbears.
Yes, that's the least of our concerns. That just happened to be one that wandered in from deeper south. Although they usually don't come up this close to the outskirts. They usually stay within the forest. Um, right now, we have all kinds of problems. Due to the severe threats out in the wilderness, we can't gather most of the things we need to trade for goods that we need. See, our village doesn't really work with currency. We don't deal in currency. We deal in trade goods, stuff that we produce ourselves, medicinal stuff, clothing, basic goods that we produce from the wilds. Um, However, the trade merchant hasn't been here in 2 months, which is concerning. And
Hmm.
we have a surplus because we were stockpiling for a while. So we have quite a bit to trade in. It's just he hasn't shown up. You haven't seen any merchants on the roads as you came here?
Um, can I search through memories to see if I
That would
saw
be, yeah,
tracks leading
history.
off anywhere? Okay, cool.
Because you just came from, like, up north.
Yeah.
Oops.
What are you doing?
Ignore that. I was acting on.
You remember, about a day away from the city, there was a skirmish near like a crossroads area that goes off,
Mhm.
like just south along the road from the city. There's like a little monument marking like the roads. Then
Mhm.
there's a road going west towards the castle, um, east towards the bridge that leads into the eastern half of the continent, and then
Mhm.
road further south to where you are now. There at that marker, there was a skirmish. There was several dead wolves. There was a dire wolf. You didn't see any people dead there, but
Mm.
you do remember that someone was probably attacked, but
Okay.
possibly defended it off. You did see wheel tracks from like a wagon.
Yeah.
Right?
If memory serves correctly, there was indeed some form of a skirmish near the juncture of the northern area there.
That's so far north from here. How did I thought the city had the border road patrols?
Do I know the situation of border patrols? Maybe they're
That would be another history check, cause that's another thing
yeah.
altogether with the country. Oh, yeah. See, now you're getting the good rolls.
Yeah, now I'm getting when I need them.
Current state of affairs in the city are pretty bad, so they've retracted a lot of the border. I keep saying border patrols, but it's just
Yeah.
this isn't Mexico.
Yeah.
But a lot of the patrols along the roads throughout the country have been retracted back to the city due to the main forces of the army being sent off towards the war, while having a reserve still within the city to help like protect the country and the city and all that.
Yeah.
But things within the city itself have been getting worse, so they basically scraping together any um, guards, soldiers, anything like that that they have still within the country, just to protect the city because of stuff that's been going on in there.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, I don't want to repeat all that, so I'm
yeah,
just gonna
no,
inform.
I state what you tell her.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I'll
shit's
let
bad.
girl
You
flank on
basically say shit's been real bad in the city.
that. Yeah.
Man,
But
so far south
I'm gonna
we
ask her a question.
okay.
What is it you try to procure though? Is it very dire for you to get this trade?
Well, it's how we get things that we need in order to continue living.
Okay.
Since we don't really have a means of currency here this far away from the city, we just trade for goods that we need for our personal lives.
Okay.
Right?
I'd be happy to see what I can do when I have some spare time.
Well,
Say like a kettle of theirs breaks down, they'll
Yeah.
trade it for like a piece of
yeah,
skin that they
like or like
get. Like yeah,
tools for
Hmm.
like tools for
yeah.
building the stuff that they produce to trade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say go about, ask the villagers, see what they acquire or what they require to continue with their daily lives, and I might see what I might be able to do for you.
Well, right now as it stands, we do have quite a bit of resources. It's just there hasn't been a trade merchant. Our normal one, he hasn't been here in 2 months. He usually makes one stop per month.
Hmm. I might go look for this trade merchant.
Uh, well, you said that there was an
But
attack
first,
so far away from the village. That's almost a week's away.
indeed, I will solve your problem first at hand, though, being that
And
May.
when you say that our solve our problems first at hand, it's like, ha, oh, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Our
No,
real
I do not.
problem is we can't really leave the village in safety.
Continue.
Set. within the forest where we gather our material, there are a lot of aggravated monsters like the one that you've seen, and they've been getting more bold. There's also a report of undead, which is not something we particularly think highly of in this village. And there are a group of bandits that have been getting more aggressive. That might have something to do with the merchant being gone. Because you said that there was a skirmish, but no bodies. Just dead wolves. So they probably dealt with that.
That is indeed. I'm gonna play with my teacup for a second and think. Perhaps it isn't a form of the monsters being bold, but desperate.
That would probably be due to the largest threat in the region.
You cut out there.
Yep.
She mentions that the creatures being more desperate and the bandits being more desperate are probably due to the biggest threat that's in the region.
What might that be?
We don't know its lair, but there is a young green dragon.
Ah, fascinating. Great. Wonderful. Ha.
Like I said,
I just look
don't...
at her. I'm like, are you insane?
Well, we didn't decide that it's gonna be like this.
No. I'm looking at Griselda. Like she said, fascinating. I'm like,
yeah. And
I say it with a worried face, like,
Yeah.
oh shit, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, like she literally just says, yeah, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
So we have aggravated monsters, we have undead, we have bandits, we have a dragon threat, and the village can't really leave the villagers can't leave their village in safety. They don't seem to have much in the ways of like fighters and warriors and stuff like that. They have hunters, but that's just like game hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not go out and just fight everything that's a threat.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of things keeping them within the village, and with nothing coming to the village to, keep commerce going, eventually their stockpile of stuff that they did produce, that they were able to keep producing before the threats happened, eventually that will run out because they'll get, they'll start needing their supplies.
Right.
So they have a lot of problems.
Indeed.
She said that they don't think highly of undead, and the one that was helping you fight was indeed an undead, though sentient.
Yeah. I'll say to her, you may want to rethink some of these undeads. We had, if anything, we were saved by an undead.
Her eyes kind of widen, but like in a worried look.
I smile. The person I was mentioning before, May, she seems to be a revenant. And she was the one that beheaded this beast.
She asks you, Max, if she could like take a look at the head, or more specifically, the wound on the head.
Sure. Meanwhile, the head is kind of like pooling blood on the floor.
Yeah, she's like, oh. She flips the head around. She's holding this thing like a basketball, basically. And she flips this thing around, and bathroom. Flips this thing around, and she sees around the wound that there is some. What's the right word? It was a clean cut, but it was not a sanitized cut. The blade was coated in necrotic, like undead rot. So this head, if you were to eat the meat, you would probably get horribly sick or die.
Oh, I wasn't gonna eat the meat.
I don't know, just she's pointing out like on the wound there's some necrosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tainted. Anything that undead you speak of kills not something we could salvage. At least not to consume.
Yeah.
The meat will be gone rotten.
Yeah, well, I'm more along the lines wanted to harvest it when I'm feeling better.
Oh, that. Allow me to aid you with that. With her big giant ass hand, she grabs the beak and just pulls it out of the face. Right? She begins like removing the individual parts. You get a sense of like this is something that their village would be like an expert at because this is part of what they do. They hunt animals, make
Yeah.
use of every single part to use to produce things and trade for things and to eat. So she starts like removing each individual part. Starts skinning it, removes the meat and kind of just like burns it.
Yeah.
And doesn't smell like cooked meat when she burns it.
Meh. Roll a con save to the smell.
No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
She's burning. It's like, oh god, that smells gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets removing stuff, and after like 30 minutes or so, she has the whole head like completely divided of parts. Like it's just a skull now. She carved open the top of the skull, removed the brain, right,
Mm-hmm.
and places the skull back in. So you have this completely emptied out owlbear skull. There's the beak, the eyes. There is the fur around the face. However, the meat and like organs and stuff like that, that she kind of just destroys.
Yeah. So owlbear skull, owlbear beak, and owlbear skin, head skin,
Yeah.
fur,
Face fur.
bear, face, fur. Wow, you're very good at that.
Well, our village does this all day, every day, so you can't not get good at something after doing it your whole life.
Yeah, I imagine that. And I look. I start reminiscing, kind of like zone out.
Remember the days of your temple.
Yeah. Helping the children grow stronger, teaching them the ways.
Teach you know how to punch things really hard. So yeah, Giselle is just like sitting there drinking her tea. Fuck. Also, as the disemboweling of the owlbear head was happening, Atlas is just looking at it like he's laying down on his stomach with his like hands underneath his chin, and he's like just back and forth with his legs, kind of just watching excitedly, like a child.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. So you see this big buff robot lizard, like acting like a small child, learning all these new things.
And
So the undead,
yes.
if we don't, they're coming from somewhere. We're not exactly sure, but there has to be a source of necromancy magic spawning them. They don't just that amount of undead that we've seen. They don't just appear out of nowhere. Something has to be bringing them here.
I will definitely go investigate this for you after I rest.
Of course, we're not even asking you to do this. This is.
It doesn't matter. I'll do it anyways.
Are you sure you don't remember anything that happened to you before coming to our village? Like what?
My memory is drawing a blank. Basically, I remember a woman, and I blanked out there.
It's not really anything to go on.
Yeah.
But the undead, we've seen corpses just rise right out of the ground, skeletons patrolling the forests. We haven't seen anything big from it, just lesser undead, but that is still a threat. The bandits, they control almost all of this region of the wilds, and they've gotten a lot larger in the recent months. As I was saying before, they've gotten either more bold or more desperate, but they've increased their numbers. We can't even go out without them stopping us, so we've just been staying in the village.
Roll an insight on that.
Sure, go ahead. With disadvantage, that's a nat 1.
Yeah.
You have no idea anything about. What were you trying to insight exactly? Like, what were you trying to read into?
The increase of badness, I'm wondering if it has to do with cults.
Oh, that. You honestly have no idea. There's not enough information to go on. Just bandits. Although, the undead thing, that might have something to do with cult.
Yeah. Like, that's why he's confused. He should be thinking about the undead with the cult, but he's thinking bandits and the cult.
Yeah. But,
it's like, that doesn't make sense, but
the bandits,
I keep thinking it.
They might be responsible for the trade merchant disappearing. We also don't really know where they're located, but they have taken to the wilds, so somewhere in there, I'd imagine. And then there's the real threat that I mentioned, the dragon. Anytime we go out to hunt or gather anything, it's either one of 3 of those things. And the dragon usually doesn't bother us when we're out there. However, it did attack the village once. Only once. She kind of looks down when she mentions only once.
Yeah, I think this to myself. And I look over my shoulder at my I just look over my shoulder. I'm thinking to myself, I must investigate this.
Strange thing about the dragon is that it's only just until a year ago it was friendly to people it knew. It never caused us any harm before. So there must be something influencing it. If possible, I'd like to let the dragon live and hope to return it to the way it was before. Maybe things won't be so dire in these parts.
Oh, I'll definitely look into it. I'm like jumping at the chance to help these people.
Yeah. She's like she's not asking you guys anything, but you're just jumping for it anyway.
Yeah. Well, curiosity killed the cat. That's my flaw right now. So. Curiosity killed the cat. That's my flaw right now. So.
Yeah.
I can't help but want to see new and exciting things.
You came here for possibility. Well, there's all kinds of shit happening right now.
Exactly.
You don't have to do any of this. I'm just telling you about our problems, but if you somehow did manage to deal with all these problems, we'd be eternally in your debt if our lives could go back to normal. No one here is really much of a fighter, so we can't really take care of the threats out there in the wilds ourselves. So we mostly stay near the village when we wander out.
Oh, by the way, you did mention the undead, and we did mention earlier, or she and I, point to Griselda, mentioned earlier that we were helped by a undead. This one looks more like a knight, and despite her being an undead, she did actually, well, she didn't heal me, but she was using holy magic to smite the creature. So I don't think she meant you any harm. If you do see anything like that, don't go all your way to attack it or anything.
Well, we're, again, not really much for fighting, so we won't be attacking anything.
Don't go out of your way to give her a cold shoulder?
Well, I'll mention it to the other villagers and let them decide.
Besides, she seems more like she's, on a mission.
Now, see, when you say that, that makes her more uneasy. Undead with a mission. That just kind of gives, like, you see the fur on her body, just kind of just like it floofs a bit.
Yeah.
Things you're saying are making her more uneasy.
I don't realize this, by the
Yeah.
way.
Drizella, what are you doing? Still pooping?
Drizelda? No, Drizelda's good now.
Bag of holding, good for everything.
Pretty much. Anyways, Drizelda's taking it all in and thinking about everything and seeing what we can do first. Obviously, the dragon will dealt with last, not at all, because I don't know.
Turn you up on my side a bit because you're a little quiet.
It's because I was whispering.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Shame on you. Shame on you. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, continue.
So, with that being said, Max, would you care to team up with me and Atlas here?
I still haven't mentioned my name.
No, I asked you outside, so I know your name. It's just, she doesn't.
Yeah, you haven't introduced yourself to her, but you guys
Oh,
introduced
right.
each other
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
the gates. When he called
Yeah.
you boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boy. Boy.
So, Sir Max,
Yes.
what is your plan here?
He's made of cheese. Tex-Mex. When he first named him down, I was like, I'm gonna make Tex-Mex. They're jokes.
Oh no.
First, I must rest. Then, solve all these problems.
Well, in the time that you take to rest, I'm going to go familiarize myself with this here village. Is that okay? Nah? Lady Nah?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
You still haven't shown her pictures to us.
Oh, that. Well,
Yes,
most NPCs I don't really make pictures for, or well, find pictures for, but I do have one of just her.
Is it the same one? The original?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna knock on the door. Yes.
Silence is deafening. Yes, it is.
Okay, sorry about that. That was Dylan.
Mhm.
Goo. There.
Ah. Lady Nah is young.
She's fluffy.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I have to get some
Wait,
water.
Klaus.
Take like a break here since you're gonna like go out of the village, or go out inside the village and talk to people. So take a break here to get something to drink. Unless
Sounds
you
good.
wanted to
Alright.
end session here, if you felt.
I'm okay with that. I still gotta call 811.
Yeah, so we'll end session
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.